Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to look at the latest from the live radar, run through the temperatures, the latest observations, as we are once again reaching very warm conditions today, many areas still hitting in and around the heatwave threshold. We'll have a look at the UKV, look at the precipitation and the temperature over the next 5 days. It will be remaining fairly warm, if not hot in places, but a big change is coming this weekend, definitely into the second half of the weekend, but potentially into Saturday in parts of western areas. We're going to be seeing the widespread return of rain and potentially some heavy thunderstorms once again as we see low pressure moving in from the west, sort of spiralling out just off the coast of the Republic of Ireland and spinning up big areas of showery rain that at this time is looking quite heavy and potentially thundery as well. As we head into the longer range, we'll have a look at the GFS, GM, ECWF and the ensembles to see how this thundery unsettled pattern could evolve next week, as it is looking likely to continue for a number of days. But after that we continue the southerly push. So the wind direction doesn't really change, but the pressure could rise once again next week, and then we could see the return to more dry conditions and perhaps those temperatures once again touching the high 20s or 30 degrees. So temperatures are looking widely warm, if not hot in places, over the next week to 10 days, but it is looking likely this weekend, at the start of next week, we'll see a good 3 or 4 days of widespread heavy showers and thunderstorms returning. So do remember, if you enjoy the videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. So do start on the live radar. We've got another bone dry day here for many regions. We have had thunderstorms lingering in the west and the northwest over the last day or two, as the instability that rocked parts of England and Wales through the weekend and Monday now is moving out far away. We do have a few, one or two heavy showers breaking out across parts of Wales, but again, these are just pop-up convective showers. Most areas are bone dry with a bit of cloud around, but mostly sunny spells, and temperatures widely into the mid-20s, as we are in warm air, but not anything ridiculously hot at this stage. You can see high pressure is in control here, a lot of rain elsewhere, towards Eastern Europe and Southern Europe, but at the moment under high pressure, but there is low pressure spawning out of the Atlantic, building in, and it's going to push southerly flow back in, increasing the temperature, increasing the humidity levels, increasing the dew points, increasing the instability, for we do see thunderstorms potentially move back in. Now, the main thunderstorm risk will be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday time, perhaps Saturday in a few spots, so we are still a good 3 days away really from any risk. So most of the high resolution short range models do not have it in their sort of range yet, so I'll probably have a more detailed look at the thunderstorm risk tomorrow, but we can still hint at what could be coming our way through the weekend by having a look at the UKV and touching on the GFS precipitation charts as well. If you look at the temperatures as of 3:30, another widely very warm day. Best temperatures across southern England, parts of South Wales. Again, temperatures topping out at the mid to high 20s. But it is wall-to-wall warm conditions through most of the British Isles, as we are in a proper summery pattern. Now, if I do put on the top temperatures of the day, these are the top temperatures from NetWeather. Again, emphasise that it's not all the observations, not all the weather stations that there are that's taking detailed data, but quite a few of them, and you can see widely the temperature at the moment. Top temperature is around 26 to 28 degrees as of around sort of 1 till 3 p.m. We'll have to wait another couple of hours to see the top temperature of the day, but it's unlikely we will reach 30 degrees today. Again, UKV was showing about 28, 29 today, so pretty much hitting that once again. So another very warm day, just about touching heatwave thresholds in many regions, with heatwave thresholds ranging from 25 to 28 degrees depending on your region. If you go over to the UKV now and have a look at the precipitation and temperatures over the next 5 days, you can see through the rest of this afternoon a few heavy showers actually breaking out here from the UKV, but we're not really seeing that in reality at the moment. Again, these are the 3 p.m. Precipitation charts, and it's 3:45 now, and we're not seeing really any of these showers breaking out, apart from that 1 or 2 isolated showers through parts of southern Wales. So perhaps UKV overdoing the shower risks today a bit, and it's staying much drier. But there still could be a few showers around this evening, so do mind out for that. As we enter tomorrow, shower risk increases a little bit. As we see through parts of western regions, we start to see heavy showers and perhaps a few thunderstorms spawning. Mainly, though, the biggest risk is offshore the southwest and just offshore Republic of Ireland, but a few of these showers drifting inland, maybe North Wales, a few lighter showers in Northern Ireland, and some heavier showers in southern parts of the Republic of Ireland. It's really, though, Saturday, more of a widespread risk does return in the west. You can see many heavy thundery showers moving inland, but not quite pushing eastwards yet. The widespread risk, as I said, is Sunday through to Tuesday. So heavy thundery showers spawning back. And then as we do head through Sunday, you can see a widespread heavy thundery risk with lots of these showers pushing in from the southwest, pretty much dominating in northern and western regions, but starting to push in for southern and eastern areas. And it's similar onto Monday, could see some persistent heavy thundery rain skim the southeast. Again, this is why we want to wait another day or so to have a look at the short range runs. So at this time frame, it would make a lot of rainfall if we did see this system across East Anglia and the southeast of England come further inland, as there is some torrential rain embedded in there. Into Monday afternoon, another day of heavy thundery showers widely again. And of course, as we saw from last weekend, the UKV can underdo the banding together of these thundery showers, so we could actually see this be a little bit more widespread and a little bit more torrential than this is making it out to be. But once again, heavy thundery shower risk, and that will continue into Tuesday as well. Again, keep a close eye on the southeast. Some larger areas of rain are pushing in as well. There could be some frontal rain pushing in. So it's not just a big thunderstorm risk, there is the risk of frontal rainfall as well. But the other thing is the upper air temperatures will be rising. Widely sort of low teens at times, especially in the southeast corner. Again, not dominating all regions, but southeast corner definitely, and those dew points are rising as well. Nothing ridiculous in most regions. We see the dew points pushing the mid to high teens at times. That's very hot, humid air. So it will feel sticky out there, and it will fuel the thunderstorm risk. Top temperatures, as said, UKV showing 28 or 29 degrees today, and we've seen 28. So again, pretty much bang on, but widely mid-20s. Into tomorrow, where we do escape the showers in the far south and west, we do see once again temperatures rising to 26 to 28. Into Saturday, again temperatures slightly lower, maybe 24 to 26, so still warm, still well above average, still touching heatwave thresholds in a few spots, but most regions quite a few degrees cooler than it has been recently. Into Sunday, another pretty warm day, rising slightly, maybe 27, 28, as we see that warmer push of air from the south, but equally we're seeing a lot more thunderstorms spawning widely. And finally into Monday, again, 28 to 30 degrees is possible with that hot humid air moving up into the southeast. But again, have to take a caveat with that, as there will be a lot of showers, a lot of cloud around, so temperatures could be held back in places. We'll have to see that with more detail. So do stay vigilant for tomorrow's videos. We'll have a lot more close detailed look at the thunderstorm risk here, as we're just too far out to really have it in the short range sort of outlook at this stage. So if you do look at the GFS now, look at the longer range, you can see generally high pressure is dominating, but we see the low pressure running from the southwest, moving a southerly wind in, but also spiraling lots of heavy showers and thunderstorms. That pattern does continue perhaps until Wednesday, Thursday time, before high pressure builds back in. The wind direction doesn't really change, generally stays in from the south, or more of a southerly flow, but that means that we could see hot air moving in. Right towards the end of the run, we see something very unsettled, very stormy here from the GFS. Again, probably just a bit of an outlier run here, as I don't think this will come off. But again, very interesting seeing the GFS showing this. You can see from the upper air temperatures, though, rising long range, pushing some very hot air potentially up from the southwest, the south. At times, the 20-degree isotherms getting into parts of central France. That will give temperatures into the mid to high 30s there. So again, need to keep a very close eye. If we did see this southerly pattern persist, a bit more high pressure coming into play, we could see something very hot into the last third of June. A small chance of it, but not not one to just completely ignore. We'll have to just keep a very close eye on it. Do you just want to touch on the GFS precipitation charts? We have had a look at this the last few days. You can see the thunderstorm risk on Fridays there, but mostly Republic of Ireland, maybe parts of Wales and Northern Ireland. Into Saturday becomes a bit more widespread, pushing further northwards and eastwards, and then really into Sunday we see some torrential rain moving in western regions. Again, it won't be this big massive rain we see here, but this will be the general distribution of the heavier showers and rainfall amounts, spreading northwards and seeing more showers pushing in on Monday, but not as many. GFS definitely developing a low pressure system here, so definitely having more of that rainfall falling through Saturday. And then finally, as we head into the middle of the week, still showers around, but slowly perhaps starting to settle down a little bit in the south and the east there through Friday and Saturday. As we generally see slightly dry conditions coming in, you can see the rain there starting to diminish. If you look at the GM now, again, high pressure dominating, low pressure running in from the west, southerly flow with low pressure just dominating out. And even a low pressure system forming to our southeast, perhaps next Wednesday, Thursday, that could bring up some substantial rain as well. Generally, though, at day 10, high pressure builds back in with warmer conditions prevailing. Look at the ECMWF. Again, high pressure dominating, but low pressure running in over the next few days, starting to give more unsettled conditions, and then eventually high pressure dominates right towards day 10, and we see the upper air temperatures again starting to rise, that 10 to 20 degree isotherm, or 10 degree isotherm in, 15 degree isotherm flirting with the southwest, and the 20 degree isotherm moving into parts of the Bay of Biscay and parts of central France there. So hot air at day 10 could be wafting northwards. Whether it will come our way, we will have to see. But in the meantime, it's looking pretty warm, pretty humid at times, potentially hot if we do avoid those showers, but very thundery in places as well. And finally, just look at the ensembles. You can see the general gist here. Generally, upper air temperatures are above average. See the brief bump this weekend. That's when the big thunderstorm risk returns. It's a push of hot and humid air with that instability allows those thunderstorms to develop. As we head through next week, the upper air temperatures do ease off a bit, but still above average. Precipitation eases off a little bit as well. Again, it's difficult to see here because there are some big spikes, but general clustering is through the weekend and start of next week before it starts to tail off a bit towards lower levels, but not completely zero. So it does mean that there will be instability around. So will it be bone dry like we have today? No. Will it be bone dry like we had through the end of May? No. But will it be warm? Probably. It will be very warm with temperatures still in the mid to high 20s. You can see the longer term, some of those hotter runs appearing 15 to 20 degrees at 850 HPA. Even the operational run there getting spiking there, but again, only for an insignificant amount of time, so probably wouldn't give anything too hot. Again, dew points very important. You can see a bump as we head into the weekend and start next week, so it's going to be getting a little bit more sticky and hot. And those dew points only slowly ease off, so it's going to remain fairly warm and humid, and again, signs of the times, more humid air, more energy, more water in the atmosphere to cause those heavy showers and thunderstorms. And the 2 meter temperatures generally around that 25 degree mark or higher over the coming weeks. You can see it fluctuating a little bit, but mostly around the mid 20s, so a good few degrees above average at least. And finish by looking at the ECMWF, once again very similar, well above average over the coming weeks. Brief bump this weekend by a couple of degrees, and we're seeing higher precipitation from the ensembles there as well, and as the longer range, some very hot runs appearing, but once again, majority is still only just above average. So it's looking generally dry for most areas the next day or two. Western areas, far western areas, seeing the showers return by tomorrow afternoon, but for all areas, we'll start to see that shower risk really ramp up through Sunday. Western areas probably through Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday, and potentially into Tuesday, we'll see quite a widespread heavy thundery risk with lots of heavy showers moving in, and potentially some frontal rainfall, some more persistent rain in the south at times. And again, we'll have to pinpoint that over the next day or two as we do get those high resolution precipitation charts on it. Luckily, beyond that, the temperatures will remain warm, potentially hot, still above average, still pretty humid, and the precipitation should ease off a little bit. I don't think we'll see the absence of showers, I just don't think it will be quite as substantial as we are seeing through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we'll just have to see how it does evolve, but this continuation of quite a volatile, hot and humid June is going to be continuing. We've had a very warm start. Again, I'm not completely acclimatized with the stats at the moment, but I know we are on one of the hottest Junes so far on record. Through the 15th of the month. So if we do continue on this trajectory, this June may be pretty memorable, not only for the big thunderstorms we've seen, those mesoscale convective systems we saw earlier this week through the last weekend, but also the very hot temperatures we're seeing, persistently warm and hot temperatures. We're not saying anything ridiculous. Top temperature I think is about 33 degrees, 32, 33 degrees. Nothing ridiculously hot. It's pretty early in the year to see that, but nothing beating the June temperature record or anything like that. But it's this persistent mid to high 20s that we've had for the last week or two, and the higher temperatures we saw at times through the weekend as well. So we'll have to see what happens for the rest of June, but it is continuing to be a very interesting and volatile month, and that is just going to continue over the foreseeable future. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.